9 years. Almost to the day, 9 years. A lot of weird stuff has happened here. A lot of good things, a lot of strange things, I should say. Moving objects and voices. Pretty scared sometimes. I think it's a little girl living in this house. Let's see if she comes with me. I'm moving out today. And just thinking back, I was just standing here thinking back all the weird little things have happened here. We'll come in, I'll show you a couple of the places I've heard things, seen things. The living room, it's really echoey in here. There's nothing in here. Well, I said we had the couch here, TV there, and the fireplace tools are there. Ian and myself were sitting here and we were eating pizza, just him and I, and all of a sudden the fireplace tools started just going back and forth, but not all of them, just the broom in the middle. And I mean, it scared me so bad. I just remember, it just started going back and forth really hard, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. And my son and I looked at each other and we were just, what the heck was that? And it was scared. It scared me for a minute, you know. I was like, nah, you know, that was the very first thing, just out of the blue. And then it just, like I said, then it just stopped. So it was really weird. Upstairs is where most of the stuff happened. Like hearing little footsteps going up the stairs.
Like
going
right
down
now?
the stairs.
Like right now? Did you just hear that upstairs?
No, I didn't hear anything. I was talking.
Is anybody upstairs?
No, we're here alone.
You didn't hear that footsteps upstairs?
I
just
oh,
heard
Ian
it.
and them just pulled up. But that was it upstairs?
Yeah, it was upstairs.
It could very well take
You
this.
didn't hear that? Yeah.
No, I was talking. I didn't.
Yeah.
But I hear stuff all the time. But little steps, not like some big guy, you know. To go this way used to be my room. To go this way was the kids' room. Well, towards the kids' room is where I heard most of the stuff. When I moved in here, my daughter I had her when I moved in here, and she was just a tiny baby. And I had a monitor in her room and downstairs. I would be downstairs washing dishes and hearing somebody playing with toys and stuff in her bedroom, this is her bedroom. And we're in the midst of moving, so I would hear toys being played with in here. You would hear little voices. You know, you couldn't make out what they said, but you could hear a little voice, you know. And it happened, a lot of things, a lot of playing going on in here, and nobody was in here. There's a few stories about this room. Mainly this room. A girl visited me in the bathroom in here. I guess I could take you this way. Appeared to me in here. And it was the scariest thing I ever went through. But I was over here. We were going to go into the bathroom, but I was over here washing my face. I had my hair up like this, all pinned up, and I'm washing my face right here. I get up like this, and she's right behind me right there. And I turned this way, and she was gone. I turned back around, there was nobody there. I jetted downstairs, and my husband was laying on the couch, and I shook him, whoa, tried to wake him up to come up here. I told him somebody was up here, but he thought it was a robber or whatever. No, there was a spirit here. It was a woman, a girl. It was a girl. She stood there. She had long wavy hair. I couldn't make out her face, but long wavy hair. Well, it wasn't me because I had my hair all tied up and I had water all over my face. It wasn't me. So, and I swear to God on it. That it still gets me. I get chills. That's the only thing that's happened in here, mostly in my daughter's room. I tell you what, this going into this from the restroom was my bedroom. I tell you, the night I saw her in the mirror, I laid there and I stared at this door all night long because I knew she was coming out the door. That's just how scared I was. I was scared, but I wasn't scared. It was a weird feeling, you know. It was weird, but she was an older girl. She wasn't a teenager, but wasn't an old woman either. But not much ever happened in this room. But I would hear lots of footsteps up and down the stairs. I have one story, a girl that, we had a roommate here, and she had a friend that came over. She was 8 months pregnant. And I never spoke about our little friend that lived here with us to my roommate. I didn't want to scare her. And one night she, like I said, had this pregnant friend over. My roommate and myself was downstairs while her friend was up here. And she come running downstairs. Her face was so pale, and she said, somebody just ran into me in the hallway upstairs. Just hit me, ran into me upstairs. She says, I'm leaving. She went and got in her car and left. She was that scared. She knows there was something up there that touched her up here. And this is why I'm doing this in the daytime. I wouldn't do this at night, period. Forget it. But now that I'm moving, I don't know if they're coming with me or not. You know? Who knows? I don't know if they'll stay here and spook the next people that are here, or if they're just gonna keep taunting me. No, it's not a taunt. It's not a really scary feeling. It's a weird feeling, but I don't feel threatened by whoever's here. Well, I must say there's one other time my son had some friends sleeping over, and they were a little scared. We were telling ghost stories and stuff, and so we're sitting here. We had the TV going, and so my son said, hey, will you sleep down here with us? There was like 5 of them. So, okay, we'll see. So we continued telling ghost stories and stuff. So they were pretty scared. Well, all of a sudden, we're sitting there watching this movie and stuff, and over this way is the kitchen. The faucet. Again, the faucet goes like this, and then turns off. Just goes. It goes like this, just like that. It must have done it 4 times. And all the kids and me, we all like look at each other like we know what it is. And so I get up and I come in, and it's off. There's nobody in here. So we go back in and sit down. And maybe we weren't sitting down 2 or 3 minutes, and all of a sudden, again. Just like that. But when I came back in the second time, it was running like that. And when I was in here the first time, it was completely off. And the boys pointed it out. They go, Monty, the water's running. I'm like, you're right. So we went back. I think it happened 3 times that water came on and went off, but full blast. But on and off. It was just scary. I could go on and on about this stuff because it's weird. I can't explain it. I don't know who's here. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I wished I had more information on this house where I could, maybe find out, if somebody passed away here, or if I brought somebody here, maybe a deceased family member or something, somebody very close to me, which is another story. I'll just talk about that later. This is where I would be over here doing dishes, the sink, and I had sofa in there in the living room, and my young daughter, she was just an infant, few weeks old, laying on the couch in there. I had a water thing here, dispenser, and I had her monitor to her room. Well, as I said before, I would hear toys being played with. I would hear music, and there's no music in her room, but the music would just be coming over this monitor. And there'd be dogs out here barking and stuff like that. You don't hear that. You heard the stuff in the bedroom. Toys being played with. Well, one time I heard this musical little da da da, and it was a little angel that she had, one of her first stuffed toys in her room, and I had it inside of a hammock. All these little stuffed toys. Well, one of her first ones, it was at the bottom of this hammock. So I heard this music, and it was familiar, so I walked upstairs, and this angel that was in her hammock was in the middle of her floor, and it had little wings on it, and it was wind up. So you had to wind it up. Well, I never wound it. I wasn't up there. None of the kids were here, and my infant daughter's on the couch. Explain it. There is some people, like my son Ian, my other kids, they hear things. My husband didn't want to believe. He still doesn't believe. He heard it, but he doesn't know how to explain it. He doesn't think it's ghosts or spirits, but I do. Another time, more recent time actually, we were doing a film here. My brother doing a film in my house, and we had some other actors here, and during filming, it was weird. There was some noise and stuff, and we're all right here in this door area here, this walkway, and there was some people outside waiting to come in. Well, they all came in. I don't really exactly. I think they were all outside, and Kat, one of the other characters, and then one of the cameramen, Troy, and Kimble, my brother, we all heard somebody walking upstairs, like stomping upstairs, and everybody's like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that?" And so I open up the door, and these guys are out there messing around, and we're like, "Well, did you hear something upstairs?" And they didn't hear anything, but we heard it in here. And that's one of the most, and it was like somebody was mad. They were walking down the hallway, up and down the hallway, mad. That's just a stomp. That was pretty weird, but we all heard that. Well, we do have another incident. We had another incident. It happened to be Easter evening. Actually, it was the day before Easter, and Kim and Kat and everybody in my family was here, and it was late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we had done our Easter eggs, and all the kids went to sleep. We were waiting for them to go to sleep so we could hide all the Easter eggs. So we're hiding them and everything, and in this bathroom right here, I had this soap dish. It was shaped like a seashell, and it had a whole bunch of angel soaps in it, like a dozen of them. So they're sitting in there in the soap dish. So we're hiding Easter eggs, and I go in the bathroom and I hide a couple Easter eggs in there. And I thought, and then I walked out of the bathroom. I walked in like this, and I stepped out of the bathroom just like that, and I thought, I'm not going to hide Easter eggs in the bathroom. That's kind of stupid. So I went back in the bathroom to get the egg. I had this angel dish sitting here. So they took I came back in to get the eggs, and all these angels were set up perfect, like this. And so I came in, I saw that, and it wasn't there 2 seconds ago, because I just did come in here. It wasn't there. So I came out here, and I asked my brother, and asked my sister-in-law, and asked my husband, did you guys see these angels sitting in here? And nobody knew what I was talking about. Nobody knew. So they came in and saw all the angels were, you couldn't have put them more perfectly. I couldn't have done it, So somebody was in there and was messing with the angels too. So who it was, what it was, I don't know. But some pretty strange happenings around here. Well, we're outside, and my balcony is another incident. As I said earlier about the girl I saw in my bathroom mirror, my brother-in-law, it was probably a month or two afterwards, and I didn't say nothing to nobody about the girl except for to my husband. He didn't want me telling everybody. So one night my brother-in-law was over, and he we were over doing something and visiting, and so he was getting ready to leave, and he goes, you know what, Monty? He says, you know, I never told you this, but a couple of times when I was driving away from here, I'm already in my car, pulling out of here, and something just made me look back, to turn around and look back. And when I turned around and looked back, he says, I saw a girl right up there on the balcony with long, blonde, wavy hair with a gown. And it's exact same. I mean, he described the girl I saw in my mirror to a T. And I said, really? You saw this girl on the balcony? And he says, yeah, a couple of times. Well, one, I'm moving, but you started this movie, this film, and it's about a rock and roll ghost. It's about a ghost. And nothing has happened for a long time until we were filming. But the other night I was up there laying down, getting ready to go to bed. And Ian's already asleep, and Erica's asleep. And I had the TV off, and I kept hearing two people talking. Like somebody would talk, and then the other person would talk, and somebody would talk, you know. And then once in a while they would be talking together. And so I get up out of bed, and at first I thought it was coming out of the bath, like, you know, upstairs, like Ian was talking to somebody. So I walked through my bathroom and into Erica's room, and I was trying to be quiet because she was asleep. And then I walked out by Ian, and I opened up Ian's door, and he's sound asleep. But I don't hear anybody anymore. I don't hear the talking. So then I came downstairs, and I thought, well, maybe I left the TV on or downstairs or something. And no, it's all dark, nobody downstairs. And so I came outside to have a cigarette, and I was sitting here thinking maybe it was the neighbors, because I have the window open. Maybe it was the neighbor or something talking. But I didn't hear it out here. I heard it like more in the bathroom, like again in that area, in that room in there, Erica's room. And then just hearing more footsteps and just, I don't know, just things aren't. I think we riled something up by doing this film or the move or something. But you know, and just like today, being here today, how many times? 2 or 3 times you said, well, you know, what was that upstairs? You could hear somebody upstairs, and nobody was here except you and I. And we're downstairs. You know, it's just, you hear doors slamming, you hear, you hear things being, you know, moved around and stuff, but nobody's ever there. So I don't know. We were having a party or
Okay,
something.
look, this is what happened. It was on my 18th birthday.
It was the night of your birthday? So we go, okay, they're here. But before you guys drove up, that's when Nick and Jillian was in here, and Jillian and Nick come running out and says, Monty, I just saw a girl in a red dress in your living room.
Jillian only saw it.
I think she was standing like right around in this area.
He said she was standing over here.
Oh, I thought Jillian
She
said
said she's standing over there, right in the middle over there, in a red dress. She couldn't see her face. She was just standing there.
Okay, so then that's when
she
it
told
came out, and Nick comes out, I'm leaving, I'm not staying
She
here.
told Nick to come in here, and it wasn't there. Well, me and my mom were sitting down eating pizza, and just me and her. I think Erica was too little at the time. And then the windows open, it's hot, summer. You're eating pizza and watching TV, and all of a sudden, the fire, the rod, the sweeper, the shovel, and then the pick. And then the pick, just the one right in the middle, starts going pretty fast. It's going.
I mean the broom.
Doesn't matter. One in the middle.
Yes.
Started going fast. Started moving fast. Then all of a sudden, stop.
It was banging up against the other tools. That's why we looked over there.
And then all of a sudden, it just stopped.
Noise.
And we were looking to see if his cat or anything. The cat wasn't in it. It was in there sleeping. We were just here. And then,
I forgot about this. Like 5-10 minutes. Did you hear that? Did you guys just hear that right now?
yeah.
What the hell? I knew it. I knew because we're moving and Uncle Kim is doing
We all
that
heard that. Have you heard that up
in
there?
here. I know it's bringing something out.
You just hear that up there too?
Yeah, dude. That's intense.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah, no, me too.
And then, so then 5-10 minutes later, Uncle Jay jumps through the window and goes, "Run, we're."
Well, he just puts his head through and goes, "Wah!" Me and Ian hit the ceiling.
Freaking. And then, yeah, it didn't really happen right when we moved here. It happened
No, a little bit later.
after.
A little later.
So, I don't know, it's been away for a while.
Until then we started filming.
Yep.
And we all heard it when we were filming. That was
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, that was the
Remember
first
me and
time.
you
I
ran
heard
up
it.
the-
That was the
upstairs.
first time in a
I heard-
long
and
time.
I heard it and I was like, what? And I opened the door and I saw you look
Oh,
upstairs.
so you heard it from outside?
Yeah, I heard it outside.
Oh, see, I didn't. See, I got goosebumps again. I didn't know that
I
you
heard it
guys heard it
outside.
outside.
I heard it outside, yeah.
We could hear it in here. They were outside. They could.
I heard it walking right like along here, and right by the stairs. And then I was like, what?
And that's when you and Uncle Kim ran up there.
Me and Nick, yeah, and then he ran up there and I ran up too. I was like, what? And then we came back downstairs. I don't remember. I don't know. Nothing up there.
Well, and I think that might be the end of my story. Getting ready to just get out of here, and like I said earlier, I don't know if it's coming with me. I don't know if it's staying, but I think it's gonna stay. I'm not inviting it to go with me, and maybe the next person that's here, maybe they'll watch after them, just like they watched after me.